Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sun shining faces. Oh, this is the way to have a good day. Hello, my sweet students. Welcome back to music class. It is so good to be with all of you. I'm so excited for today's lesson. We have a brand new scale that we're going to learn all about. We have a brand new super spooky song. We are going to look at some more rhythm, and we're going to learn way more about our brand new composer of the month. So let's get started by reviewing our major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Excellent! So now show me your major triad. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. Excellent. One more time. Ready, go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. Very good. Now let's add our major arpeggio. So we'll add that top do, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, do, sol, mi, do. Excellent. So today, my sweet friends, we are learning about a brand new scale. This scale is perfect for the month of October, our Halloween month, because it's a little spookier, it's a little more somber, mellow. It's very, very cool. So this scale is going to be called our minor scale. And a scale can really be anything as long as it starts on the same note that it ends on. So our major scale starts on do and ends on do. And today we are going to be learning our minor scale, which starts on la and ends on la. So it's going to be very, very similar. It's all the same syllables that you know and love, but we're just starting in a different spot. That's going to change a lot of how those notes feel, though. So here is our la. I want this one. Are you ready? Let's give it a shot very, very slowly. All right? Start on your la. 1, 2, ready, go. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. So, even though we didn't change anything except where we start and end our scale, it's all the same notes, it sounds totally different, which is one of the really cool things about music. So I'm so excited to get more acquainted with this scale. The song we're going to be singing today is going to be in our minor scale. So let's give it a shot one more time and sing it through, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Very good. Wonderful job, my friends. So like I said, our song for today is super spooky, and of course, it's gonna be in our minor scale. So a lot of the kind of spookier or sadder songs you know are probably in the minor scale. So you've probably heard it a lot of times without noticing that you are hearing it. So I think it's gonna be really, really natural for you guys. This spooky song is called The Ghost of John. Ooh, sorry to any students named John. No hard feelings. We are going to learn it on our solfege first so you can really hear that minor scale working, and then we're going to put it on the words, and then we're going to try it out. So let's get started. Okay, so here is our solfege for our song for today. And what note does it start on? La, right? And if you skip ahead to the very end of the song, that very, very last note, what note do we end on? Also la. So this can be a really easy way to tell what scale a song is in. If it is in a specific scale, it will usually start on the note that the scale begins on. It'll also almost definitely end on that note. So it'll usually start on that note, it'll almost always end on that note. So the actual pro way to look is to look at what note it ends on. That's a little super sneaky expert tip, okay? Let's get started. So I will show you the solfege and sing it through, and then I'm going to ask you to sing it with me. So I'll be going through the steps and singing it with you the second time, but I still want to hear you singing along, okay? All right, here's our first one. La, sol, la, mi, fa, sol, la. Give it a shot with me. La, sol, la, mi, fa, sol, la. Very good. Here's our second line. Do, ti, do, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re. Very good. I know that's a long one. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, ti, do, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re. Excellent. Here's our next one. Mi, sol, fa, mi, re, mi. Give it a shot. Good, and here's our last line. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, ti, la, sol, la. Sing it with me. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, ti, la, sol, la. Very good. All right, let's try it all the way through with our solfege, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. La, sol, la, mi, fa, sol, la. Do, ti, do, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, mi, re, re, do, do, ti, la, sol, la. Good job, you did it. Give yourself a pat on the back. That is not easy. Okay, but even though it's not easy, it makes it so much easier to sing our song on its words because we have that foundation underneath it of what the notes are. So let's move on to our lyrics for this song, okay? This is the best part. So I will sing a line and then I want you to sing it back to me. So I won't sing with you the second time. I will, however, show you the solfege when I do it so that you can see how it all links up, okay? Ready? Have you seen the ghost of John? Now you. Long white bones with the rest all gone. Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on? Ooh, very good. Aha, so spooky. So let's try it all together now because, my friends, those are all the words. It's just those 4 lines and then we are done. We've already made beautiful music together, all right? So let's give it a shot. 1, 2, ready, go. Have you seen the ghost of John? Long white bones with the rest all gone. Ooh, ooh. Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on? Very good. All right, I love this song. I think it's got such a fun melody. So, I think we are ready to try it with the piano. I just want you to do one thing for me, and that is to sing the oohs with me, because our very first ooh has a dotted half note rhythm, which gets 3 beats. So we've been learning about that. So what I want you to show me with your fingers is I want you to count to 3 while you're singing that first ooh, okay? Let's do it together. 1, 2, ready, go. Ooh. Very good. Let's do it one more time so you can really feel it. 1, 2, ready, go. Ooh. Excellent. All right, let's try it with our piano. All right, 1, 2, ready, go. Have you seen the ghost of John? Long white bones with the rest all gone. Ooh, wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on? Very good, you guys. I hope that gets you in the Halloween spirit. All right, so because this piece is so short, I think we should try it on a round. A round is that thing we did last week where you sing the same song but 2 groups start at different parts in the song. So one group will get to the end of Have You Seen the Ghost of John? And then the next group will start at the beginning and sing Have You Seen the Ghost of John? While the other group is singing Long White Bones with the rest all gone. So what you do is you create these amazing harmonies where we hear these notes that go together. All right, so the easiest way to keep a round together is to keep a steady beat. So make sure you're tapping out the beat of the song somewhere on your body. Just like last week, I will split my video in half so you have a leader for each section of the round that you choose, and choose if you want to go first or if you want to go second. I think going second's a little harder, so if you're up for a challenge today, go ahead and go with that. And if you're still trying to getting the feeling of what a round is, go with the first one. Do what you need to do, okay? Let's give it a shot. Have you seen the ghost of John? Have you seen the ghost of John? Long white bones with the rest all gone. Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on? Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on? All right, wonderful job. I hope you guys are starting to hear the difference between the major and the minor scale. But just in case you're not, let me sing it for you as if it were in the major scale. So instead of starting on that La, I'm going to start on the Do. Let's try it. Do, ti, do, sol, la, ti, do, mi, re, mi, so, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, ti, la, so, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti, do. It's a very pretty melody still, but it doesn't sound quite right for the kind of song we're singing. So with the words, it would sound like this. Have you seen the ghost of John? Long white bones with the rest all gone. Ooh, ooh, wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on? It's just a little too cheerful for the kind of song that we're singing this week. So that's the reason we use these different scales, to get different emotions and feelings in our music. So, wonderful job. Let's take a look at our rhythm for this week. Okay, so here are all the rhythms that we've learned so far. I decided to put them all at once because you guys are getting so good at them. We're leveling up, we're getting better. So we started out with our quarter note. That's our black dot with a stem, and that gets, show me, 1 beat. Then we moved on to our half note, which looks like a quarter note that wasn't quite colored in. And our half note gets how many beats? Show me. 2 beats. Very good. And then we've been working on our dotted half note, which is our half note with a dot, very literal. And our dotted half note gets 3 beats. That's correct. And our whole note, our little egg up there, gets 4 beats. So that would take up the whole of the measure. Amazing job. We have also been looking at our treble clef, which is that little squiggly guy at the beginning of your rhythms. And our treble clef is really cool because it shows us what notes are going to be on those different lines. So we know from past classes that where the little treble clef ends is our G note. But today, I wanted to take some time to look at the other lines and learn how to tell which lines or what notes those are in our treble clef. So, we start out at the very bottom line with E. Then, the one we all know, we move on to G, because it's the one that the treble clef circles round, and our treble clef is our G clef. Then we have B. Then that 4th line is D. And then that 5th line is F. And those are our notes. So I'm going to play all of those notes together, E, G, B, D, F, one after the other. It would look like this. Some of you may have noticed that while I was playing, I was skipping every other white note. And that's because those notes are the spaces instead of the lines. So we are going to learn those in coming weeks. But for now, I just want to focus on our lines. E, G, B, D, F. That can seem a little random, so I have a way for you to remember what those notes are going to be, or what those letters are going to be. So it's going to be every good boy does fine. E, G, B, D, F. So we pick a word that starts with the letter that line is on, and we go through them. So can you say that with me? Every good boy does fine. Very good. So that is all we are going to do with our treble clef lines for today, but I want you to start getting used to this because we are getting really close to being able to read music. Yay! So let's move on and take a look at our rhythm for today. Okay, so here is our rhythm for today. Like usual, the beats that we are going to clap on are in a color, and the beats that we aren't going to clap on are in black. So I'm gonna clap a rhythm, you clap it back to me till we get to the end of the line, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Now let's try that whole first line together, okay? It's flying by. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right, here's our second line. I'll clap it, you clap it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right, let's try that second line all together. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing! So now I think we are all ready to try the whole rhythm together, okay? Let's go for it. From the very, very top. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful job. So I just want to do it one more time, and I want to take it a little bit faster. Just do your best. Sometimes I even find that the rhythm feels a little bit easier if I'm going at a slightly faster pace. So that might be the case for you guys too. All right, let's give it a shot. We'll take it kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. That tempo, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. If you kept with it, good for you. That is tricky, but I think the rhythm really comes alive when we're just a hair faster. All right, wonderful job. Now it is time for my favorite part of the class, and that is Composer of the Month. Okay, our composer this month is Johann Sebastian Bach. And he lived a really, really long time ago. He lived from 1685 to 1750. He lived for 65 years. That is a painting of him over on the side of your screen. And he is from a country called Germany, which makes him German. And he was composing during the Baroque era. And a lot of really interesting things in music were happening during this time. It's basically just describing the time period in history when he was writing music and was alive. And not only was he a very, very talented organ player, like we learned last week, he was also very, very skilled in playing the violin and singing. So he was a really, really well-rounded musician. And that's probably because he grew up in a very musical family. He had a father and a mother who were musicians, and he had a lot of brothers and sisters who also played instruments. So it was a big hobby in the family to perform music and write music. We're going to be looking at today by our composer is called the Well-Tempered Clavier. And that takes a little bit of explaining, which I'm about to do. It's really, really cool. Back when Bach was writing music, there wasn't a piano yet. The piano hadn't really been invented. There were a lot of kind of similar instruments, but they didn't sound good on every single note. So, for example, I might be able to play my major scale starting here. But maybe if I wanted to play it starting here, it wouldn't sound as good. It might sound a little out of tune. So these older piano-like instruments weren't good on every single note. You'd kind of have to pick certain keys that you wanted to play in and play there. And then as Bach was maturing, the piano and the keyboard started to become a much more popular and advanced instrument. And suddenly you could play in any key that you wanted. So I could start from here or here or here, wherever I wanted. So Bach sat down and wrote a piece for each key of the piano in both its major scale and its minor scale. So all in all, that is 24 different pieces because we have 12 unique notes on our piano, and 12 plus 12 for major and minor gets us 24. So today we are going to be taking a look at our Prelude in C major. So that is going to be a piece that starts on C, where the major scale starts on C, and it's in a major scale, not a minor scale. So let's learn about that on the next slide. Okay, so like I said, we are looking at the Well-Tempered Clavier, the Prelude in C major. This piece is for solo unaccompanied piano, or maybe back in Bach's day, it would have been played on something called a harpsichord. That is that top picture. It looks like a teeny tiny piano, but it has a different sound. And like last week's cello piece that we listened to, this piece has many arpeggios, but they're not quite do, mi, so, mi, do. They're a little extra, so they add a little extra in, but they all feature that do, mi, so, do feeling. So the opening notes of this piece are going to go do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi. Can you try singing that with me? Do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi. And then it'll do it again. So it'll go do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi, do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi. And then I'll move on to a new arpeggio. And it's a beautiful piece. It's very open and kind of floaty because you just have this one piano going, and I love it. I hope that you guys will too. So before we move on to listening to the piece, I have a question for you. It's kind of a stumper. Where does our piano belong? This is a really tricky one. Does it belong in our strings, our woodwind, our brass, our percussion? It's tricky because you see that there's strings in that piano. You can see that there is wood on the piano. You can see that there's brass inside that piano. And you can see that things are being pressed. So it's a really, really tricky question. But do your best. Think about where you might expect the piano to belong. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds and then I'm going to reveal the answer. Okay, my friends, our piano belongs in our percussion section. Yay! This is a tricky one, but if you look inside the piano, there are these little pieces of wood that are hitting the strings of the piano when you press the keys, and that is what's making the sound. And whenever something's being hit, we have a percussion instrument. So try and keep that in mind for next time. I bet it'll come up again. All right, let's take a peek at our music now. Friends, we are going to do something super special with this piece. I'm so excited. We are going to listen to it 2 times. We are going to listen to it once on a type of harpsichord called a clavichord. So it's going to be one of those super old-fashioned tiny pianos that would have been really, really popular when Bach was alive. And then we're going to listen to it on a beautiful grand piano. So you're going to get both experiences on this piece. It's not a very long piece. We're going to give it a listen 2 times. So let's start with our harpsichord. Super good listening, my friends. One of the reasons I like that harpsichord video so much is because on the harpsichord you can see those little pieces of wood that are hitting the strings. It's just the same with the piano, except you can't see it because it's inside. All right, we are going to move on to listening to this piece on a beautiful, beautiful grand piano. Another really cool thing about this video I'm about to show you is that the sheet music is on top of the screen, so you can see what's happening in the music. So I want you to look out for your lines. Every good boy does fine. Your treble clef, the different notes that you know, your quarter note, half note, dotted half note, whole note. See what you can spot while we're going through this piece, especially since now you know what it sounds like, so you kind of got your bearings a little bit more. All right, without further ado, Prelude in C major. My friends, I love that piece. I think it's just so open and magical, and it's one of the most important pieces in like the history of music. It really starts off the sounds that we're used to hearing and the keys that we're used to hearing, and it's just done so much to get us to this point in history and the music that we have today. So I'm so glad that we could listen to it together. I can't wait until next week for our composer, and the week after that we're going to start getting into some of his spookier music for Halloween. And I can't wait to see you again next week, but for today, that is all we have time for. So let's say goodbye by singing our goodbye song. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye-bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye-bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. I'll see you again